So, update on all the projects that I have going on and some of the boys' projects and some of the projects that I'm going to be doing this summer. One, as most of you know, the LS is going back into the K-bird for now. It's just going to be the LS bird until probably the winter, and then I'm going to try to find a K24A2 and build. But K-bird is still happening. But right now it's LS because, like I said before, I want to swap. But I already said this 100 times. So, bird is getting the engine bay fully shaved this weekend. Today, I'm filming this on Wednesday. So the next video you'll see posted, everything in the firewall will be getting done, and it'll be while it's out at Lib's shop. But to get it there, my father proceeded to pick up a brand new car trailer. So I have that now at my use. Also, I have his van at my use. So the old 88 G20 with the new, I think it's a 16 footer. Yeah, it's a 7 wide by 16 feet car trailer is going to haul the bird to all the events this year, including Island Speed and Style, which I'm going to be at. I was going to try to do a booth this year, but I got so much going on, it's probably not going to happen. So for this season, at least this first show, probably not a booth. But I'll be there with the car, whether it's painted or not. As long as that engine and transmission are in the car, it's going. But back to that. Garage is empty. As you can see, Project Pitter has been sold because, well, I really don't have the time for it, A, and B, I don't know much about bikes. So, yeah, that's gone. Fellow I work with bought it, so yeah. But while everybody was gone, and I was gone, I got a lot done. So these are the valve covers for the LS, which is an aluminum block 5.3 L33 for you LS nuts like me. So I have my old valve covers, the one I painted, but it had the PVC, I didn't want that. And then the old one, I put them on while I cleaned up the heads because they were a mess. But yeah, so we got the rear cover on, back up, bolted in, with the new gasket on. I'm going to sandal this down and paint it today. We're going with the polished head look. I still have to, go at the heads a little more. But, the aluminum colored heads, we're going to paint the block black. I'm going to do both the covers in gold with black bolts to go along with the black with gold bolts in the valley cover. But yeah, I have to take the crank spacer out, so I can put my new pilot bearing in. And I still have to put the actual rear main itself in. But I'm not doing that until I take the spacer out. So I'm going to clean that up and take the motor mounts off. Like I said, I have to do all this out of the head because it's still white. So yeah, that's got to get done. I got a lot of parts here. I'm going to come back to this in a second. But, like I said, I was doing a lot of stuff. I finally put up I didn't. My father put up some plywood in the back here. This is where my engine crane normally goes. I got it back off of Lib because I loaned it to him. So the engine crane's going to go under there. There's going to be 2 shelves up there. I'm going to use for like my cleaning stuff and all my bodywork stuff. Made another shelf up here. Don't mind the hood. I actually put it somewhere where it's not leaning on the car. This shelf has all my, oils, fluids, everything that I use on a regular basis. Oh, yeah, also, while the car's at Lib's, you can see the rear is lower, but the front's not. My 2-inch drop springs that I've had for over a year now, or almost, are finally going in the car. I'm going to do the fronts while it's at Lib's, as well as all 4 tie rod ends, because I bought them 2 years ago. I never put them in. So yeah, that's going to get done. The clutch pedals are ready to go. They're painted, so they look a little more presentable than the rustic look it had. So they got to go back on. What else do we got here? I got to get new coil pack brackets, because I don't like these. All of the LED lights and stuff that I have to do with the cars, all the bolts. What else do I got here? Oh, down there. Big thing. My clutch, pressure plate, and flywheel. As well as this was the pilot bearing that came with the Fab Out Air 5 kit that I got. So that's there. That's all got to get put on. Once I do the rear side of the motor, it's all going to get put on. I still have to get transmission bolts that bolt the bell housing to the block because I don't have them. I pull them out when I pull the other one out. I'm just going to get new ones. Painted the bell housing. It's kind of, half-assed, but you're not really going to see it. But it is one color, so it looks half decent. The trans I'm not going to do. I was going to do it, but I don't feel like it. I got to wire all this up. We're going to bend the shifter back so it'll actually fit in the car properly and sit, roughly where I want it. Sleeves in. The bell housing is fully bolted to the trans now. I got both my lines finally. So, one line, the bottom one, I believe. Yep. So the bottom line here is my remote bleeder that I got from Fabot. So, basically, since this is an internal slave, if you wanted to bleed this while it's in the car, you pretty well have to bleed it right now. And if you have to bleed it down the road, you basically got to take the transmission apart. I don't want to do that, so I bought the remote bleeder. All this is going to do is, when it's in the car, it's going to run up into the firewall around my master cylinder, or my clutch master, sorry. And you just crack this little bleeder open and it bleeds it for you. Saves me so much trouble, so much time, and I guess money, because I don't have to, time is money, blah, blah, blah. But then I got my other line, which is I'll call it a roll pin fitting. This is what adapts into my OEM clutch master cylinder. Talking a lot, I'm all over the place, I'm excited. Car's going to be done soon. But yeah, so back to this. So this is the clutch master here. So this bolts to the firewall, and this line here has a little roll pin in it. So you knock this pin out, and you can take the line out. But when the pin's in, no amount of force will pull that line out because it's a metal pin. So you'll snap it if you try to pull it out, basically. But yeah, that's what that fitting's for. So that adapts to the stock one, so I don't have to buy a new one. I'm going to eventually get another one, but like a nice, probably Wilwood one if they make it. I don't know. But yeah, so back to the box with everything in it. Like I said, all over the place. I'm excited. In this box, we have, if I can get it out, because if I zoom in, that on the floor is the original truck water pump. Because these spacers adapt to what's in the big box, which is my LS1 water pump, or LS1 style, or whatever. It's for a 2002 F-body Camaro. But yeah, these basically space the water pump out on the front of the block here. Still have to clean this up, don't judge. These go here, like this, and vice versa on the other side. So, because, bleh. Yeah, so the water pump originally, the truck one, obviously works with the truck accessories. I'm still running truck accessories. So the LS1 water pump sits, I believe it's 0.7 or 0.75 of an inch in, which is how thick these are. So in order to allow me to still run the truck accessories and my stock belt on that pulley, I needed these. So these are on. These also have this little screw here, as you might have seen, for the steam port to go into. So I'm going to do that. I'm just basically going to get all this on, paint the motor, get it in the car, well, motor trans, get it in the car. Basically, so it's just get enough to drivable, and I can drive it around the yard and in and out of the garage. And if I have to, I'll take it to an event. I don't care how it looks at the event. I just want to go have fun with it. But I'm still going to order a bunch of stuff for the motor, but I'm going to order it while it's in the car and driving because I don't need it to have the car drivable. So I'm going to get some nice steam ports, like billet aluminum, probably ICT billet, because they do make a really good product for pretty much anything LS. So I'll get those front, and then the rear ones. I'm just going to do the rear delete. It's a lot better to do the crossover in the rear, but I don't really care. This motor's not going to last. I know it's not, because it's me. I drive like a bat at hell. But yeah, so there's that. You're going to get those. I'm going to get a 92mm throttle body and the spacer to adapt it to the truck intake. Because, well, I still want to run the truck intake because it gives you a little bit more low-end torque. But eventually I will switch over to a sheet metal style intake and some nice fuel rails to go with it. Just for the look, because I do want the look too. As much as I like having power, when I pop the hood of the show, I want this thing to turn heads. Back to this, again, like I said, all over the place. Originally, I was going to repaint the engine bay red again, but I've come to the conclusion, in order to get this done in time and how I want it, and I'm still going to like it just as much as I would with the red, I'm going to paint the bay black. I'm probably going to do a gloss black, maybe a flat black. I don't know. I probably will do a flat black, but I'm going to paint the bay black just because, 1, it's easier, 2, it's cheaper, and 3, it's still going to look good. Because the theme of the car is red-black with gold accents, which the car always was. It was always red, GM code 81U. Whoever painted the lock didn't do a very good job, but the black accents, and Firebird is traditionally gold, minus silver, but gold. So yeah, that's getting done. What else we had here? I had, some of you may know, I had the 2011 Camaro center console in the car last year. I'm not going to run that this year. I'm going to make a custom console to fit my new trains with the shifter, and I'm going to do some fun stuff with the buttons and that for my window switches and all such. What else do we got here? I got to get a new radio because I fried my other one. Dash, once everything's done, is going to get wired into the car. Switch panel, obviously. What else? The subs are going back in. Don't worry about that. I love my speakers. Yeah, I got, when Lib got the S10, there was 2 new, I believe they were JBL speakers in the dash, and he's not running a radio or speakers because, race truck. So he gave them to me, so there's the old ones. But they're going to go into my dash because my dash ones never worked because the old ones were blown out. Shut that. What else we got here? Poor body work on my fender that I have to completely redo. Don't mind that. What else we got here? Yeah, that's, I think, it for now. I basically have everything ready to go. Oh, sorry, and there's the front seal and then, some water pumps in there. So yeah, I basically have everything ready to go for this car season. Once me and Lib do the bay this weekend, it's basically get it home, paint the bay black, then it's start to reassemble everything. So everything will get reassembled back in the bay. I'll put the clutch master in, I'll put the pedals in. In order to put the pedals in, I got to put the brake booster in. Once the brake booster goes in, the bay is pretty much complete. I'll rerun my wiring again because this is a mess that I quickly did in a rush job. Well, it was a rush. It was my first harness attempt, which I wasn't experienced as I am now. Then my second harness attempt, I just didn't touch it because I had 3 days to get to race day to tuck it, which I did. So this year we're gonna retuck the harness again. But yeah, I got a lot to do. My mind is all over the place right now. I'm gonna fix that coolant reservoir too. Get some new hose for it. Oh, I need coolant hose. Forgot about that. Also need the transmission mount, which allows me to have a remote torque arm because, as I think I mentioned before, the Air 5 doesn't have a mount for a torque arm, which this car has. 3rd and 4th gen F bodies. I don't know if 2nd gens do or not, but they have this thing called a torque arm, which I believe I have staying up here in the back room, which I could show you guys. This is a torque arm. So what this does, in stock form, this bolts to the transmission, and 2 bolts go through there and connect to the rear differential, the rear end as I call it, and most do. So what that does is it prevents the rear end from moving up and down. So it's kind of like an extra support brace, because if I don't have that in the car and I try to drive it, when I'm going in forward gears, the rear end, I'll do it this way so it's a little better. When I give it gas, it's going to pull the pinion back and it's going to go up like this and twist the rear end and essentially pull the drive shaft up and probably snap a U-joint. And if I'm in reverse, it's going to go down. So I don't want to do that, and kind of need a torque arm to drive the car. So I'm going to use the original torque arm with UMI Performance makes a really nice torque arm, remote torque arm, excuse me. And they have the bushing to go with it to use a stock arm. So I'm going to purchase that. Probably get it off of Summit Racing because they're a little quicker to get to me than UMI is. Mainly because UMI is based in Pennsylvania, and those guys are super busy. And I know Summit keeps a stock of them like on hand. And Summit's normally a week because I'm up here in Nova Scotia in Canada. I only know this because I ordered my Wonder Bar from UMI, and it's great. I never had an issue with it, and it changed with the handling of my car drastically. And I see nothing but good reviews on their torque arm relocation mount. Oh my god, I'm running out of breath because I'm like so excited. But UMI, if you guys want to sponsor me, I am open to it because I love your products, and I'm always going to support the product because you guys do great work. And obviously, I have the sticker on the car, which I don't put many stickers on my car. I mean, I have a few, but it's only companies that, I like to support and, have helped build the car. One of them being Serve Money Races, the first sticker I put on the car. That was our group back in 2020 when COVID started. For you Canadians, you know what CERB is. The $2,000 stimulus check for you American guys that everybody got. We got them. Pretty much bought my car and built most of the other guys' projects and bought some of their cars. So we started Serve Money Racing because that was our crew. Unfortunately, that crew fell out. There's only 3 of us left, and we don't call it Serve Money Racing anymore because we're just 3 homies. But it still lives on in memory on the back of my car. I'll never take it off. It's made some good memories. Then we got Stance East, which was my first big event with the car. Drove it up in completely stock form to an import show. There's like 3 classics there, like muscle cars. I was one of them. Another second-gen Firebird was another. But we had a great time. Like I said, made a lot of memories with the Serve Money crew, stuff like that. Give us one, local guys. Local guys in Nova Scotia. It's an Instagram page at Give Us One, I believe it is. It's basically just a bunch of burnouts and people, hooning around, which is what I love to do and live for. Been on that page a few times. One time, got pulled over by the cops on it. Was fun. Not for me, but it was a good laugh. Obviously, UMI Performance, because, like I said before, I love their products. I only have the Wonder Bar on, but I know all their product line is great. And I'd love to eventually get the rest of their product line on my car. That is not my goal for this year, but it probably will be for next year, because once I enjoy driving the car again in stock form, stock LS, I'm going to want to do the suspension so I can handle it a little better. Rolling Icons, they're just, there's a couple guys down in Halifax that do this. They take photos. They take great photos. I didn't even know about them. They took a couple pictures of my car when I was at Burn Road in Halifax on a trip. We did a day trip to a show up there. And I think it was like 6 weeks or two months later. A buddy of mine who follows them tagged me, and he's like, "This is your car?" And I was like, "It is." And then I bought their key tag, and stickers, which I still have on my keys to this day. It's a little dirty because, shop stuff. But it's on the Corolla keys now. This tag's been through like 6 sets of keys since then. Jad Performance up the top. Just Do Performance. That's my company. That's basically what built this car, is me, just to do it in the garage. That's our motto. Like, everybody starts as just to do it in the garage. Trying to have a dream, trying to build a dream. This is my dream. My dream is LS swaps, especially this car. I love this car to death. But LS swaps, anything LS, love it. Don't care what it is. Then Summit Racing, for obvious reasons, I completely built most of my car off Summit Racing. And then Mullet Militia just because, 3rd gen Camaro. So back off of that tangent. Tangent, yes. Yeah, so back in the back room, I guess. What else we got going on here? I don't know. Bumper, so we do body work on that. One of the sides here is going to do that. The headmans are there, the headers for the LS in the car. I got to clean those up because they were stainless steel, supposedly. That's what it said. They are clearly not stainless steel. So I got to clean those up, and I'm probably going to paint them with a high heat header paint, just so they'll have like that nice aluminum color again. Because I don't think I'm going to get it back to what it should have been. It's stainless, which is stainless. But power steering, alternator bracket, I'm going to kind of clean it up and repaint it aluminum color, just because, you know, it's a little pitty. I'm going to repaint the power steering pump black. I'm eventually going to get a new one. Same with the alternator, just because I want all brand new stuff on it. What else we got here? The harness is there I have to redo, because I'm going to retuck it to a different way that I want. The hydro. Yes, the hydro is going to go in the car, because, you know, drift stuff, and I want to try to drift the car at speed and style this year. See how that goes. You might see me go into a wall. You might see me pull off one of the best drifts of the event. Either way, it's worth going to speed and style to see. So yeah. What else we got here? Cold air intake. Yes, I need a cold air intake. I forgot that. I got to order one. Like I said, all over the place. Mine's going crazy right now. What else we got here? Yeah, and the intake and truck intake, throttle values, blah, 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 blah. Rad, gonna grab one off a lib when I go out there this weekend. He has one out of an S10, which I think should work for me. I gotta measure this one to make sure and measure his. I gotta get fans, because those fans are probably gonna go back on until I buy new ones, just to get me by. But yeah, also, while we're out, libs, we're gonna work on the S10 a bit. And while working on the S10, what we're doing is he just got everything to assemble his L33, which is that, but not that, that's mine. So his L33 back together. He got his low pro oil pan like I have. As you can see, it's a lot lower than the truck one. His truck's low to the ground. So yeah, he's got his oil pan. He got his Melling high pressure oil pump. He got a new timing kit. What else did he get? He got the timing kit. He got his headers. He has literally everything to put the motor in his truck permanently and not take it back out. He also shaved his own intake, his truck intake, which I'll probably do a little bit of a video on it just to show you guys, because it's really cool. And I'm probably going to get him to do one for me eventually down the road. Maybe, I don't know. But he is really busy. But, so yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to make a video of that as well. Put the motor in his truck. The only thing we're missing right now to get that truck running and driving is the transmission. So if you're in the Cape Breton area and you have a 4L80E that's two-wheel drive, let me know, or I'll tag Lib in the comments, or the description, whatever, and or let him know, because he is on the hunt for one for that truck, because it's the last piece we need. So there's that. Once we get the motor in the truck, though, he already shaved his bay in the S10, so all we have to do is drill the hole that we're going to route his wiring through, and I'm going to wire the truck up for him. I'm going to tuck his harness, and we're going to fire that thing up. Might not be fired up this weekend. Motor may or may not go in it this weekend, but it definitely will be next weekend, because if he doesn't want to, I'm going to make him. So yeah. But yeah, there's that. Like I said, I'm super excited. I'm all over the place. I'm hyped, because I haven't really worked on this in a month and a half, because I haven't been able to. But yeah, we're going to get his truck running in time, because one of our other friends, they're having a baby, and the truck's doing the burnout, the gender reveal. And the truck's got to be done, at least drivable, so it can do the fattest burnout you've ever seen to show everybody what they're having. So yeah, there's that. The Firebird's going to get done. I'm going to try to take it. I'm definitely going to speed and style. I'm going to try to make every drag event this year over at Cape Breton Dragway. There's a lot to do. There's so much to do. I can't fathom what I have to do. I got to get new tires. Like, there's a lot to do. I guess go back on update. This is a super long video. I'm just one take. I don't care. I'm just super excited. I'm a ball of energy. Nathan, who is my homie with the Toyota GT86 2019, was stock. He put a CX Racing turbo kit on it, and it makes like 320-ish wheel, I think. I know it's at least 300, because I remember he died on it. But yeah, it makes like 300 wheel. It's crazy. He said once that blows up, he's going to swap it, and I'm trying to get him LS, but he's thinking the Ameribera, which is the GM 4200 inline 6, which I'm for, because still kind of LS, not really, but I can still use HB toners to tone it, which is great, because I have HB toners. It doesn't cost them extra stuff to get it done. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at wiring. That's kind of what I specialize in. And I can wire his car for him. And also, all he needs to match a GM 4200 or Atlas 4200, I should say, to his stock Toyota GT86 transmission is a bell housing from an AR5, which I have right there because I have no use for it, because it won't bolt up to my LS. And of course, I have one. So it all works out. The only thing he needs to buy in order to swap his car is, well, the motor, the engine, the wiring harness, and the ECU. And we got the rest from here. But yeah, super long video. I haven't posted to YouTube in a while. I thought I was going to post this to TikTok, because I was originally making a TikTok, which is only supposed to be like 2 minutes long, and it just kind of went off. But yeah, this is, an update on what's been going on. Yeah, I kind of run out of stuff to talk about. Well, the van's got to get done inside, but that's not a priority. But yeah, so that's the video. Like, subscribe. I'm going to be one of them guys. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I appreciate it if you do, because it helps me out, and, eventually I can, start, making YouTube my career, and then I can build crazy cars like this, but on a daily basis and on a big level, because I'm not one of them guys that likes, supercars, like, like the TJ Hunts and all those guys that started out like, building, just like your regular, like, poor man's builds. I say poor man's because, I can't afford a supercar. Building poor man's supercars to actually driving supercars, and that's all they do now. And then they kind of went back, but doing like brand new cars or crazy wide body stuff. I don't like this stuff. I like the classics. I like building something that's old, taking it from the ground up, making it back on the road, and saving it from, the rust pile and getting crushed. So it's what I like to do. I've always done it. I'm still going to do it. Once the Firebird's done this winter, it's big pause. I'm going to save up a bunch of money, and I'm probably going to buy another project that we're going to build on the channel, and I'm going to build to flip. So yeah, I was trying to end the video. I just went off on another tangent. I gotta end this video. It's like almost 30 minutes long. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment if you guys want to. And yeah, stay tuned for Firebird. Stay tuned for Island Speed and Style. I'm definitely going to make a video or two on it. I'm probably going to live stream some of it. I don't know where I'll stream it at. Maybe Twitch. No, I'll probably stream it on my TikTok, because, TikTok has streaming. I'll probably do that. And yeah, next video will be getting the bay shaved, and or maybe me painting the block tonight if I feel it. But yeah, so I'm going to call her there again. So yeah, stay tuned for all that, and thanks for watching.